Salve a tutti ragazzi, Lucky speaking, welcome back on new Honkai Star Rail. Today we're gonna talk about a big choice everyone's gonna have to make in 4.0, which is obviously the free 5-star selector. I'm gonna show you guys which cards actually are worth getting it and whose are not. Definitely not to you. So yeah, without other way, let's just begin the video, shall we? Obviously, the one that you have to prioritize over everyone else here is obviously Sparkle, because the reason why you have to prioritize Sparkle over everyone else is because she's gonna fit so well for Elation Teens, Elation Cons, because she has a really good skill point economy, because due to the way how it works actually, is gonna favor characters that actually can spend a lot of skill points with a skill, because it's gonna enhance the damage at them, because is gonna get separate bonus depending on how much skill point you actually use, and so on and so on. She actually is the best one when it comes to that, because she actually can get 4 skill points when she uses the ultimate. And she's gonna get more skill points back when she actually gets enhanced by the buff, when 4.0 actually goes live. But I'm gonna talk about the buffs later, so yeah. She already is the best damage amplificator in the game, because she gives a lot of crit damage. Like, the only one probably that gives more crit damage than is maybe Remnants MTC. By the intent, you won't probably be able to actually use Remnants MTC because it's gonna get a new path, Selection Path, so there is also that to consider. And she actually also does give damage increase, damage bonus depending on how much skill point you actually consume. Which, thanks to the buffs, which you're gonna get in 4.0, this damage bonus is actually gonna convert to vulnerability damage, which means the enemies are gonna get debuffed. And unlike Nitty cards, debuffs are gonna stay uptime as long as you use the ultimate, which means that if a new wave of enemies comes around, they're also gonna get the vulnerability stacks. So basically, with the buff, she's gonna get the advantage that the Nitty cards have without having the problems in Nitty cards have, that they can keep the buffs active. So yeah, she's gonna be fantastic. She already is a good support now, but in 4.0 she really is gonna be a top tier support, so yeah. Plus, also Hydrons are gonna get buffed, because I mean, aside from the fact that also a skill is gonna get buffed, a crit damage skill is gonna last, a buff that comes from a skill is gonna last even more than 1 turn, so 2 turns. But yeah, these two are also gonna get buffed as well, so if you already have her, it's actually a good fit to Jeopardizer, because she's gonna be so cracked in 4.0, so yeah, I can't wait to actually the 4.0 actually goes live, so I can actually get the reward. My god, it's gonna be so awesome. So yeah, obviously Sparkle is the key of everyone. If you don't have her, or if you wanna get the Rhydons up to a shoe, yeah, definitely have to go for her. But what about everyone else, you may wonder? Everyone else, it kinda gets tough. Let's start with the second best option, which is Kafka. Now, Kafka is a fantastic DOT DPS. The only one in the game, basically, because let's be honest, Black Swarm and Aislinn, there are more enablers for her, because here's the thing about Kafka. Hold on a second. Here's the thing about Kafka. The thing about Kafka is that she actually can pop up the DOT effects, which means that if you attack an enemy with her that already has a... webcam is working? Okay, yes. If you attack an enemy that already is infected with DOT, she's able to actually make them explode, dealing them a huge amount of damage. So yeah, thanks to... was it a skill or an ultimate actually? Yeah, with her ultimate. She's gonna buff so if you have a full DOT team that inflicts a lot of DOT effects on the enemies, and you then use Kafka ultimate, yeah, they're gonna do a lot of more damage. And the way DOT is getting treated lately, yeah, I guess it's a choice. So you actually can go for it if you really want the Kafka, only obviously if you have other DOT cards such as Blackest One, Aislinn. I mean, at least one, you have to have one of these two. Maybe you can put up a team with Kafka, either one of Black Swan and Aislinn, or whatever her name is. I still cannot pronounce her name at all. With Gaven, yeah, but you have to have either Black Swan or Air if you really want to create a DOT team for Kafka. So pull Kafka only if you have the right cards for Air. If you don't, then I cannot really recommend her, because Kafka without her without at least one other 1-5-star DOT character, yeah, she's not gonna feel great. You cannot play. I mean, yes, you could theoretically play Kafka with Sampo and fan, but it's not gonna feel well, guys. Let's be honest. So yeah. Overall, the Kafka is actually also a choice. About the other characters. The next one I might recommend, but only if you really need him, like Acheron. Acheron is actually kinda tough on him, because actually he was actually the best enemy, the best persecution character, and probably the best sustaining the game before. Yeah, before this motherfucker came out. Like, he got, like, Danak got resurrected like 3 freaking times. Like, what the hell? Before Danak came out, eventually was the best shielder, and definitely a solid pick if you were struggling to survive in the endgame content, if you were lacking healers, if you were lacking Yasin, if you were lacking Lingsha, which back then was pretty strong in Chuponets. Yeah, he actually was the top like your top pick when it came to sustain a characters. But now with the Dagger Brimstone is here, I actually disagree, because he's much better. On top of the fact that Danag actually scales on attack, which he makes him kinda better than Acheron, because on top of that you can do some damage with Danag. You can also buff you main DPS with him. Not a lot, only 400 attack with skill and you can also do some damage with the follow-up attack of the dragon, so yeah. But still is a nice thing to have. Also, but I think that really sets him apart from Acheron is that he can actually dispel crowd effect control anytime with him, anytime. You don't have to worry about crowd effect control when you have him, because he's gonna dispel it every single time. And on top of that, if you have his light con, which you might have actually got it because it was given for free at the end of the day, he can actually also restore health to you characters, especially the one that actually suffered the most amount of damage, which means on top of the shielding, also provides a bit of healing. How strong Danag is, like, only Yasin is probably better than him as a sustain, but really so fucking good. And because of that, I can't really recommend Acheron. Like, maybe if you really need another sustainer, like, if you don't have Yasin, Fujuan, I really don't wanna use this motherfucker over here that still really hate, then yeah, you might go for it. Also because Galagear has really fallen off a cliff. Like, unless you Galagear is super fucking fast and he hits, yeah, you might wanna get him if you really need another sustainer, but only if you really need them. Like, from the way my count is, Danag, Yashin, Fujuan to some extent. Yeah, I really don't need him. Only get Acheron if you really need another sustainer, so yeah. Like, basically if you only have Danag, so yeah. As for everyone else, they are fucking trash. You can throw them to the freaking garbage can. Like, in Battle Lure, he just... wait, where was he? Destruction? Yeah. In Battle Lure, you can throw him in the freaking garbage. Or maybe he can actually... maybe he's actually gonna go back, get back stronger, because the new meta, the Legion meta, might actually favor him a little bit. But I saw today that not even the Legion meta will probably be good enough for him. But I crept Queen Jingyu, you can throw her out in the garbage as well. And then where else was it? I mean, Jingyuan... like, you might have got him if we were in 3.0, because he actually, like, well, because the way standard actually works, actually synergizes well with him, but not assigned isn't the best, he's not gonna be the best support anymore, and we are not in the Remnants meta anymore. Yeah, really tough to sell him to you guys. And as for everyone else, yeah, definitely not worth it. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about someone, a certain someone. No, 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 guys. She has fallen off the cliff. Like, not like to make her compete, you have her signature and also his hits. And even when he sees she's gonna struggle to clear the game content. Imagine do it with, I mean, with 0E1 with the Sig. Not a chance, guys. Do not pull for Acheron. Out of all the characters you might get, she's definitely the worst one to get, so yeah. It's crazy to say about that. Especially considering everyone complain about her being the quote-unquote problem. The reason why Star Rail become so problematic with power creep, into I argue that it was super break-in that actually did that on herself, but anyway. But yeah, I cannot really has fallen off from a cliff, so I really do not recommend to get her, so yeah. Overall, my recommendation are simple. Can I actually zoom a bit? No? Okay, whatever. Sparkle, obviously, the best choice overall. Like, absolutely prioritize over everyone else, unless you have, like, a Richu already. Then you might actually think about getting someone else if you have a Richu. But even then, I still recommend you to get Sparkle, because Sparkle is so much better than anyone else. And she's gonna synergize so well with the Relation card, so yeah. Okay. Kafka, if you really wanna create a DOT team in the future, or you have the cards ready for it, you're just missing her, then yeah, absolutely go for it, because Kafka really has become really a good character nowadays, and she's gonna be able to clear the game content just fine if we properly invest in her and her teammates, so yeah. Adventuring, if you're lacking another sustainer, you might actually go for him. Like, yeah, also, but although like if you really have one good sustainer, like if you really have, for example, the Nag and I don't know, a Ho-Ho laying around, definitely not pull for him. Only pull eventually if you really need him. Anyone else, just throw them in the trash, so yeah. Overall, these are my recommendations for the 5-star selector in 1.0 in HSR, so yeah. Prioritize Spark over everyone else kind of situational / bad. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and visit the future HSR content, whatever that I might be, or any other content about any gacha games that I might make. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and take care. Show!